谢谢你的欢迎 Mandarin, babe.谢谢你的欢迎。你好，小红书。谢谢你的欢迎。Okay, let's open up Duolingo. Pragmatic, yeah. Just learn them all. Yeah, just toss them all in. Just throw them all in. While you're there, while you're learning, might as well, right? What happened to Fake Chief? Fake Chief? What does that mean? You mean Chief, who was in here earlier? He started spewing QAnon bullshit, so I booted him. He literally started spewing, like, elites are drinking children's blood bullshit, so we booted him. And he hung around in the comments for a little while longer. He was like, I was like, you find me like an actual victim, and then I'll give a shit. And he was like, John Bonet. And I was like, oh, brother. Oh, brother. You got a new art project? What's your art project? Hi. Okay, Sage. Let's indeed. Let's indeed say that. Let me get my multi-chat up. Social stream. A new battery pilling method? What does that mean? There we go. Oops. Activate selected. I did grow up in Spain. Claire's. Born and raised. Born and raised, baby. My dad's also Spanish. My mom's American, though. Andrew Wilson, who's that? Sure. Wait. What? Philippe, what are you trying to say on there? Sure. I did. Growing up, I actually, when I was very, very young, the first language I spoke was Spanish, but I understood both perfectly. I just chose to always respond in Spanish. But I spoke English starting very young, but mostly when I was like playing make-believe as like with my mom would do like characters on Sesame Street with like some puppets and stuff. And when we were playing make-believe and I was playing like, and she was like a character from a TV show or a movie that was like speaking in English, then I would speak in English to her. But just when I was myself in my head, you know, I would always respond in Spanish. But my mom would always spoke to me in English. So technically Spanish was my first language, I guess. But also now I've lived in the US for 15 years. I barely use Spanish. So I would say that English is probably my first language now. I went to I went to an international school in Spain, but it's like one of these schools. There's a bunch of international schools like this that are called like the American School of blah, blah, blah. And so most of my schooling was in English, even though obviously also in Spanish, but most of it was in English. And I grew up like with a bunch of international kids from all over, and my mom was English, or not English, American. My mom is American, so she would speak in English to us. My dad would speak in Spanish to us. We lived in a Spanish-speaking country in Spain, and then my school was mostly in English. So is my inner monologue in Spanish or in English? I think if I think in words, I don't really think in words. But if I'm thinking in them because I'm writing or something, it'll be in English usually. But I think if I'm writing in Spanish, it'll be in Spanish. Does that make sense? I've always like thought, yeah, I have an inner monologue, but really when I think about it, I'm like, well, I don't really think in words that much. Like I don't really have an inner monologue. Unless it's like a sort of, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if what I have is actually the inner monologue thing or not. I assume it is. I've always assumed it is. But in my head, I only think in words if I'm being like a little bit silly. Oh yeah, skeptical. There's an issue with that right now. Skeptical. They're apparently, I think their system is overloaded. So a lot of people are having trouble like verifying with the Eleanor Rigby, thank you for subscribing on Twitch. What language do I like more? I'm more comfortable in English right now. I think I like my personality. I don't know. I think I have slightly different, I think most people have slightly different personalities in different languages because the languages lend themselves differently. I think I'm a little bit more, my sense of humor is, I think, the most different in, in the sense that I do more, even though, so Spanish is a very like wordplay heavy language, but I'm better at wordplay in English. And I think largely because I'm just like more proficient in English in that way. In that I just have a much, much wider vocabulary in English, especially now. So I'm a lot better at the wordplay and stuff and the more like clever kind of jokes. However, I think that a lot of my I think Spanish has a very sort of, Spain, especially in Spanish culture, has a sort of like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Reese. I hope you'll find me elsewhere. I'm on Red Note now too. And YouTube. And all the others. Except for Twitter. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like I think Spain has sort of like a sense of humor that's very much like, it does wordplay, but it also does a lot of like irony. It does a lot of like making fun, like a smirk, side eye smirk. So I think a lot of my sense of humor comes from that, of like the, okay, vale, sure. You know what I mean? Like that's, I think I get that just from like the Spanish part of my brain. Oh, really? 79% of users on Red Note are women? Love it. Love it. That's also, yeah, I'm Spanish. I'm born and raised in Spain, but also half Spanish. My dad's Spanish. My mom is American. I know, right, Reese? Yeah, they're translating it slowly but surely into English. There's like buttons on it now. The UI is slowly changing to. Yeah, I do, Sam. I do have dual citizenship, which is sweet. Did you know that you have to pay to relinquish your American citizenship? Something like close to $3,000 or something. I saw someone be like, I fucking want to leave. Do you know how expensive it is? Yeah. Do I identify more? Identify. It depends. I feel like I'm Spanish in my bones. But all the stuff on top of that is American because I live in the United States. But I feel very Spanish in my bones. I feel like all my like American sort of cultural experience and everything is just, it exists on top of this foundation that's very Spanish. So my understanding of American culture and American life is just like at its core different. Does that make sense? But I also understand, like, I live my life in the United States. Everything, it is, yeah, Spain, Sam. I just, like, if I were to move to Spain, right? Here's the thing. If I were to move to Spain today, like, culturally, I'd be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'd fit right in culturally and stuff. But there's also, like, a level of, like, I don't even know, like, we don't even have, like, a credit reporting system. I don't know how I have been in the U.S. Almost my entire adult life. I moved here at the age of 18, right? So I've never I've had internships, but like I've never had like an official job in Spain. I've never like paid taxes in Spain. I've never there's just something like fundamentally like I don't know how to get an apartment in Spain or prove that I have any sort of anything in Spain. There's like the one sort of like hurdle for me in Spain is that. And also I'll say like I am not on the up and up. Like when I go there, I notice my language, my vocabulary is like, I don't speak the modern like lingo so much. You know what I mean? Like my phrases, my colloquial phrases and stuff I think are older and like maybe I sound not old fashioned, but a little bit behind the times sometimes. Because I just know like when I get there, like I hear myself sometimes and I'm like, I sound slightly different than my friends now do. I sound just like my friends did, a few years ago, but they have like updated, in the same way that like, oh, here, no cap, no whatever. Like there's certain things, if you say adulting today here in the United States, people will be like, okay, like no one says that anymore. And it's sort of similar. I'm also talking more just like in just like everyday vernacular, right? Like bet is making, okay, bet. That's making a comeback now. But for a while that felt like antiquated, sort of just like, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I do. It's just like, I'm just explaining. Someone asked me, do I feel more American or Spanish? I said like in my bones, I feel like everything, even though I have lived as an adult, basically almost entirely as an adult in the United States. So my functionality and understanding of life as an adult is very, very American. It's all on this like foundation of like Spanish understanding. And especially like having grown up there, like a Spanish view of the world and view of what I think my responsibility is to my country, but also what I believe a country should provide to its citizens. And that all seeps into a very just like I know that sounds like just one little thing, like, oh, that's politics or whatever. But I think it very much informs the way you view yourself and your relationship to everything and everyone around you. And I think it seeps into absolutely every aspect of being. Yeah. I can relate to the people. I can relate to my friends, you know what I mean? And I will say, because just in large part because like Spain, well, Europe in general, it's like, yes, there's some certain things that are very, very different, especially like systemically different from the US. Absolutely. Between Europe and the US, like on that level, I can relate, but there's more like a not relating that's like, honestly, more so, it's more so that my friends can't relate to me. That's what the issue is. My friends can't relate to me as much. When I'm talking, I'll go home and we'll talk about stuff and stuff obviously invariably comes up. And like, especially in recent years, I'm usually like bitching about everything that's wrong in America. And people are like, I can't fucking imagine living in a country like that. You know what I mean? And they're like, I can't relate to it working like that, or I can't relate to that being something you have to think about, or this or that. They have a harder time relating with me than I have, relating with them. And maybe it's because because I grew up there. I was born and raised there, and I lived there for the first 18 years of my life. So I know in large part just like what it means to just like live there, even if I don't know what it means to live there as an adult exactly. But, most of them just like, most of my friends have never lived in the U.S. Most of the friends that I grew up with, some of them have never even been to the U.S. Or if they have, they've done it once, even though they went to an international school, or the American school, whatever. I had a friend whose first visit to the United States was a few years ago. She and my friend Maria and my friend Patti. And they're both well-traveled, mind you. Like Maria, she works in hospitality. So she's worked at like some, like the intercontinental hotels, like all over the fucking world. And all my friends are very well-traveled. We've been all over everywhere, but especially in Europe. But Maria had never been to the United States. And like her whole thing, she was like, everything's so big here. Everything is so big. And also she noticed like she commented on like the inherent like segregation in the United States too. She was like every POC that I see is like working like de camarero, like a waiter and stuff. She's like, all like service industry people are people of color and stuff. And like, she's like, I've never seen like that sort of separation of that, where she's like, no, not how big geographically everything is, like how big, no, because she wasn't like traveling around that crazy. Like she visited like DC and New York City. She's talking about just like food and stuff. You know what I mean? Like plates are big, food and stuff, but also just things. Cars in the United States are fucking ginormous for no reason. For no reason. Everything. The United States just builds to be like, to do things big. Texas is obviously the most exaggerated version, but like, yeah, mega soda is that too. But also like buildings here, I think. I mean, obviously New York City, very incredibly tall buildings. Everything is big. Everything is like larger in the United States. We oversize things just a lot in general. The US does have an ego. Yes, exactly. People, that too. Yes. We oversize the people. And you can tell the difference also, I'm not trying to get like shamey or anything like that, but you can tell the difference like walking around in Europe and in the US. Even the subway tunnels and train stations, they're bigger than they need to be. Exactly. Yes, that's a great example, AJ. Yeah, subway tunnels and train stations are bigger than they need to be. But I remember, and I remember like once, but also just like the food portions. That's an obvious one, right? Just like sitting down. I just remember there's like a couple times where she got food and she was like. Like, do you see this? And it's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. So we should just build things to be bigger. A lot of like building doors, for example, like super oversized here for some reason. Thank you, Claire. Thanks for subscribing on Twitch. One sec. Oh, okay. But yeah, been, I don't know. Anyway, I'm American. I want the large. Fair warning, when you walked out of there, they probably made fun of you for saying it that way. For saying, I'm American. She laughed, yeah. Okay, good. Sorry, I don't mean to. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, yes and no, roasted. They're also at least the one that I've seen that's like with the like Christmas tree tumbleweed. The street, if I'm not mistaken, the street that they're filming is usually relatively empty. Anyway, it's actually not like that crazy. Because if you look, at least on the one I saw, there's no parking on that street. Anyway, so it's like part of the like West Side Highway, I think, or close to it. One of those ones. Not the actual West Side Highway, but yeah. Let's look up the letter of the law. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's still setting up his place. To read. Mm-mm. Can't figure out the picture password. So I've been, I'm not Bonnie. I've been taking some screenshots and using the Translate app on my phone to see, like, what. Does that make sense? Use the Translate app on your phone. And if you need anything like that, they've kind of like already changed some of the UI to English. Yeah. If you have an Android, you can use Google Translate, like for on-screen text, or if you have an iPhone, you can use, there's an app called Translate. That's what I was using. And I just took like screenshots, and it's not nearly as convenient as like the Google one, but I just imported screenshots and it showed me the text or whatever. Yeah, no problem. People have been having issues with verifying the phone number because I think we've like overloaded the system. Sorry, I was just responding to a comment because someone was like, "Oh, I bet you think you're really smart," because on my post about going to Red Note, and they're like, "But guess who? Guess what other app is gonna be? You know, what other app the law applies to?" And I was just trying to like explain to them in the short comment space, like, actually, if you read the law, other companies can be designated a threat, yes, if they are, owned by a foreign adversary or whatever. But they have to be basically identified by the president, and then after public notice and a public, review report to Congress, can be determined as like a threat, to pose a threat. So no, things will not automatically, like Chinese owned apps will not all automatically be banned on the 19th. That's not how this is going to work. Don't let people tell you. However, apps that are owned by ByteDance and affiliated with ByteDance and TikTok will be. It applies to them. But no, just in general, Chinese owned apps, like, That's not how it works. I don't know if anyone cares about that, but just letting you know. I need some food. Some dinner. I might make some like pasta. Do I have pasta? Let me check. Squeeze me. I need to buy like spaghetti. Who's liable and what are the penalties if you could access? So what's interesting is that it doesn't make it illegal for Americans to access it. What it makes it illegal is for service providers to provide the service. Excuse me. However, TikTok has said that they will go dark in the United States. Service provider, well, it says service provider. So, and it kind of says like anyone that like hosts, allows download of, blah, 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 which is why everyone was like immediately like, okay, the app stores are going to basically remove from the app stores. And there was kind of like a question of like, okay, but does that apply to like internet service providers? You know, like technically you could read the law that way as well. So, but regardless, TikTok said that they're going to go dark in the United States on the 19th. Well, not anymore. I mean, you can money, but yeah, even if you find a workaround, it will be a ghost. Yeah. That's the sad part. Oh, wait, I have that pasta up there. One second. I have my cute fancy pasta. I had one of the pastas, there's one other one that was like lemon flavored. I had that. It was okay. I don't know if I like lemon in my... It was lemon flavored torquetti. Okay, 8 to 9 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes. Mostly it's like 8 to 9 minutes. Which one should I make? I have some, whatchamacallit. Only about 12% of users money. It's less than 15 at this point. Yeah, that's what I did, Bonnie. I did Parmesan. And I think I did pesto and Parmesan with the lemon. It was all right. I think it was like too strong lemon. These don't really taste like anything else, but I have an open jar of vodka sauce. I should probably not use that word on here, right? V sauce. Which one should I make? You guys get to choose. Number 2? Is this number 2? Or this one? Poll. We gotta set up a poll. Should we do... Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me set up a poll. Let me see if I can set up a poll. Mm, 3 minutes. Standard, create new. Which pasta? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save. Okay. It's going to be, well, the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's actually do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that the numbers are aligned. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You got 3 minutes. You can vote in it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got V sauce, vodka, little water sauce, jarred. We're not getting fancy here. Okay. I also have mozzarella. I think I have fresh mozzarella. I might also have like grated mozzarella that someone got me. We're voting on which pasta I'm making. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have vodka sauce, jarred vodka sauce, and some mozzarella. I'm just going to toss on there. We got 2 votes in. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vote in the, guys, there's a poll up. Three, obviously. There's a poll up, guys. Vote in the poll. Thank you, lettuce. There's like a blue little thing, check mark thing. I don't really have any good like herbs. I used to be better at that. There you go. Now you're finding it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vote in the poll. You got 1 minute, 15 seconds, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get a closer look there. You voted 2, then the order changed. Oh, wait, you voted 2 on this thing? Or did you vote? Yeah, I see that. Okay, so your vote is actually for 3? All right. I'll adjust that. 1, 2, 3. Sorry for the confusion. I haven't tried the lemon raviolis. You got 34 seconds left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 is winning. Winning. You got to cast your vote in the poll. It's on the top left, I'm told. Top left. I think it's a blue thing with a check mark. You got 14 seconds. Be quick. Be quick. 14 seconds to cast your vote in the poll. Nice. Well done. You found it, Kent. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Oh, whoa. We got some last minute votes for number 1. Number 4. Winner. Winner, winner. Pasta dinner. Thank you, guys. Because it's the cutest. Is it the cutest? I think they're all pretty cute. I think I'm partial to the... They're pretty cute, but I do think these are a little cuter. These are the green ones, I think, are a little cuter. Because they're not like typical bow ties. These are like, they're like round, you know? These are some basic bitch bow ties. Yeah, they got a little flair. Number 1 run. I don't think they're really different flavors. The one that was a different flavor, I already ate it. It was like lemon flavored. All right. Let me go put the pot on. Let her cook. I can't bring you guys because you're hooked up to my fancy camera today. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. I had to wash out my pot and then use it. Sorry. Thank you. It is very accurate, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I'm getting alerts from Red Note that I can't read. I can't understand. Aww. All within the 4 C's are our brothers. Oh boy. Anyway. All right, should we bring some people up again? Where are my usual? Where are my bibis? 谢谢您的欢迎. We were gonna bring up Duolingo, right? Duolingo. What do you want to discuss about them? I mean, I've posted about them. I think there's a lot of fucking misinformation and people like the right is just fucking once again using this to just spew bullshit and hate. They're fucking, they know no shame. They have no fucking shame. And their shamelessness knows no bounds. Filling in my Duolingo. Why are you learning Chinese? To connect with people. Heisenberg. Well, thank you, Randy. But it's true. How much can I commit? Let's do 10 minutes a day. Regular. That's 50 words in my first... Oh, man. Already I'm overwhelmed. Add widget. Okay. Let's add... Oh, not what I want. Does it have to be on the home screen? What? Oh, okay. Add widget. Done. Okay. I'm not going to take classes. I don't have money to spend on shit. Especially now that I'm going to be fucking unemployed without TikTok. Start from scratch. Okay. Time for your first lesson. It'll be fun. Like a game. Yay. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Shui. Shui. I don't know. What is that? Shui. Shui. While the pasta boils, collaborative doodle or musical. Shui. Oh, I don't know. Let's say water.
水
Shui. Water. Shui. Shui. Continue. Water.
茶
Cha.
茶
Cha.
茶
Cha. What is that? Tea?
茶
Cha. Yeah. Okay. Shui. Cha. Cha. Tea. Cha. Cha. Cool.
水茶
Shui. Cha. Shui.
水
Cha. 4 in a row. Got it right. Shui. Cha. Water. Tea.
咖啡
Cafe.
咖啡
Cafe. It's coffee. Cafe. 5 in a row. Yay. Cafe.
咖啡
Cafe. 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 Cha shui cafe.
咖啡
Cafe. Coffee. Check. Continue.
茶和水
Cha he shui.
和
And with or. Cha he shui. Water. No. Tea and water. Tea and water. Cha he shui. Shui. Let me see.
水
Shay.
水
Shay. Cha he shay. Shay.
水和咖啡
What?
水和咖啡
Shay he cafe. Shay he. So water.
和
Shui. So they say it differently.
水
Shui.
水和
He.
咖啡
Cafe. Shui he cafe. Shui he cafe. Shui he cafe. Water and coffee. Shui he cafe. Coffee and tea. Cafe.
啡
He.
和
Cha.
茶
Cha. Cha. No, it is not pre-recorded salmon. Salmon. Cafe he cha. He cha. Water and tea. Shui he cha.
水
Shui he
和
cha.
茶
Shui he cha. Continue. Water, tea. Shui cha.
水茶
Okay. I just completed my first lesson. Shui he cha. Cha he cafe. Cafe he shui. My shui is boiling. Excuse me. It's Duolingo. I'm learning Chinese, Mandarin. Actually, I think I have too much shui in the pot, so I'm going to let it boil for a little while longer. Shui. My shui is boiling. Hi, Winston. You like crab rangoons? Me too. Sort of. Shui hu cha. Cha hu shui. Ni hao xiao hong shu. Xie xie nin de huan ying. I don't know, Salmon. I don't know of any buffets that give you a, stop spamming, dude. Let's see. Burger Planet will love the Chinese. What's Burger Planet? What is Burger Planet? Now I want a burger. I'm making fucking pasta like a chump. 你好，小红书。谢谢您的欢迎。Do I plan on moving to China? No. Oh, weird, Burger Planet. Your messages don't come through on the like on the actual like YouTube chat. That's so weird. Hi, Biscuit. Why do you ask? To Ice Poseidon? I don't know who that is. Burger. I just got a bunch of people come in here on YouTube. Interesting. That never happens. I have a nice natural nose. Thank you. I paid for it. Paid quite a lot for it. So I appreciate it. I've never been to Turkey, no.